This is the Roulette Master, and I am so excited today to share with you an unbelievable roulette system called the Lincoln. This was sent in by one of my subscribers, Ira, and he said he's been using this for a long time to make money in the casino, and it works over and over again. But today, we're going to test his system up against one of the best. We're going to test his system up against moving corners from Kentucky White. We're going to start with that first, and each of these systems is going to get 15 minutes of playtime. Let's see which one makes the most money in 15 minutes. This is going to be unbelievable. Let's go ahead and get started, and here we go. So we're going to start with two corners on the bottom left with Kentucky White's moving corners. Let's go ahead and spin. The timer's set, and here we go. That's a 16 red to start, and we lost. And with this system, you add another corner if you lose, and you don't double yet. We're going to do that when we get to 4 if we need to. So let's go ahead and spin. Now we have 12 numbers covered instead of 8. There's 4 in each corner, and that's an 11 black. And that's fantastic. That's a $30 win. You see we're already up $20. So let's go top left this time. We're going to be moving these corners around, and let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. With moving corners from Kentucky White, that's a 6 black. And that's another nice win. Man, we're already up $55 after just 2 spins. That's incredible. Let's go top right this time, and what a great start. But the really cool thing about Kentucky White systems is that every time that you lose, you have a better chance of winning the next bet. And I'll talk to you about why that is here in a second. But the number one reason is because you're adding more numbers each time you lose. So let's go ahead and add one more here. Now we have $15 on 12 numbers. And that's a 34 red, and that's a loss. So let's add one more, and once you get to 4, that's when you double. So we're going to double from 20 to 40 and spin with moving corners from Kentucky White. And don't make sure you stick around for the Lincoln coming up from Ira. It looks unbelievable. That's a nice win there at $50. We're up 80 already. Let's go bottom left again. We're going to keep moving these corners around, and here we go. And let's see what we get on this one. That's a 28 black. And that's a loss. So we're going to add one more corner in. Just like that and spin. And again, all you do is add $5 more on one more corner if you lose the first time. And that's a 34 red. That's a loss. So let's add one more in. And remember, when you get to 4, that's when you double. So that puts a $40 bet out there. And then since we have 4 corners now, that's 16 numbers. So we have a much better chance of hitting, but we haven't done so yet. So now we're going to add 5, and when we add the 5th one in, we add it in at $10. And the reason we do that is because the rest of them are already at $10. And then we double to 100, and then we spin. So hopefully that makes sense to you, but we'll do this plenty more times, and that's a 13 black, and that's a win. So the more losses you have, the better chance you have of winning. We're up 95. Let's go top right this time. And spin. And here we go. That's a 6 black. That's a loss. So we'll add our next corner in, but when you add the 3rd one in, you don't double. We're just going to add it in and spin. Now we have 12 numbers covered. We started out with 8, and that's a 6 black. That's a loss. So we add another corner in, and then we double. So here we go. Now we have a $40 bet, and we have 16 numbers covered. Adding more each time that we lose. And we definitely lost that one because that's a 0. So remember, when we add this 5th corner in, it's very important to remember we added in at 10 because the rest of them are already at 10. And then we double. And the reason for that is because on the previous step, we doubled. So those 5s went to 10. Now they're all at 10. And that's a 23 red. That's a nice win. You see, we have a much better chance of hitting once we add more bets in there, and that makes sense, doesn't it? We're up $110 now, and let's add 2 just like that and spin, and let's see what we get here. That's a 14 red. Ooh, we just missed that one. Let's add another one in. Okay, so let's add one right here. Then let's go ahead and spin. And we'll put these in a little bit different pattern this time around. That's a 36 red. We lost, so let's add one more. And remember, wherever you put these, it doesn't matter. When you add the 4th one in, we're going to double. So now we're at $40 total, 16 numbers covered. And again, better chance of winning each and every time that you add more numbers. And we just missed that one. Okay, so because of that, we are now going to add one more in there. And this time we'll add it in at 10 because this is our 5th one. That's because the rest are already at 10. Then we double to 100 and spin. And now we have a fantastic chance of hitting because now we have 20 numbers covered. And that's a 15 black. And there you go. That's an $80 win. Just like that, we're up $125. Let's do top right this time. And spin. Here we go. And once we lose past that, I want to show you what happens next. And that's why we play for 15 minutes, so you can see what happens when you do lose a bunch of them in a row. And I'm sure we'll get to that. Just make sure you stay tuned. And definitely don't miss the Lincoln roulette system from Ira coming up. That's going to be amazing. And that's a 9 red. And that's a loss, so we're going to add one more. And remember, when we add the 4th one in, we double. And then we spin. Now we have 16 numbers covered. 20 will be up next if we miss this one. And that's a 30 red. We got the win, so we restart. We're up $150 already. And let's start with the top left this time. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 35 black. And we lost. So we're going to add one more. We don't double yet. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 29 black. And we lost. So let's add the 4th one. Now we double and spin. Now we have 16 numbers covered again. And we have a much better chance of hitting. That's a 4 black. And we just missed. So we're going to add the 5th one in now. And remember, when we do that, we add it in at 10 because the rest is already at 10. Then we double and spin. Now we have 20 numbers covered. So here we go. That's a 19 red. And we missed again. So this is the furthest we've gone along in the progression. And you can see that we have 20 on each now. So when we add the 6th one in, we add it in at 20. Okay, then we go ahead and double. And we spin. And we're going to need more than one win at the 6th level because we have 24 numbers, so we need 2 wins. And that's a 26. And you see we got one of them. And we're up 105. We need 2 wins, though. Because all of a sudden now we have 24 numbers. So here we go. That's an 11 black. And there's our 2 wins. So now we're up 225 and we restart. So let's go ahead and we'll go diagonal on the right side this time. And just make sure they don't overlap. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 24 black. And we lost. That was close though. So we'll add one more in now. Let's go diagonally this way and spin. Doesn't really matter where you put them as long as you're moving them around. And that's a 5 red. That's another loss. So we'll add the 4th one in now. And when we do that, we will double because we double once we get 4 corners. That's 16 numbers. Now we're at $40 total bet. And let's get a win here now that we have more numbers covered. And that's a 23 red. And that's a nice win. So we're up 250. And let's go ahead and go bottom left this time and spin. And here we go. That's a 33 black. And that's a loss. We'll add one more. And we don't double yet. We just spin again. Now we have $15 on 12 numbers. And we lost again. That's a 36 red. Okay, so we're going to add the 4th one in, and that's when it's time to double. So now we go from 20 to 40, and now all of a sudden we have 16 numbers covered again. That's a 9 red. And we lost, so we're going to add another one in. So when we add the 5th one in, we add it in at 10 because the rest are already at 10, and then we double. And one of my good friends, this is the only system he uses, and he absolutely loves this and is doing amazing with it. So definitely a great system, and there we go. And the reason why people love Kentucky White systems is, and you see we're up 265, because the more that you lose, the better chance you have of winning the next bet. So let's go ahead and start top right this time and spin. And let's keep it rolling. Here we go. That's a 7 red. And that is a loss. Let's add one more in. And spin. And I can't wait to get to the new Lincoln Roulette system coming up after this one. This one is doing fantastic, but can't wait to see new systems each and every day. I hope you guys are enjoying that, and it's all because of you guys. Because and let's add the 4th in here and double. It's all because of you guys, because you're the ones sending them in, and I love searching for the best roulette system possible each and every day, and you guys make that possible. And that's another win. So we're up 290. And let's go ahead and spin. We'll go bottom left again. And here we go. That's a 0, and that's definitely a loss. So let's add the 3rd one in. And here we go. And I hear Mrs. Roulette Master upstairs drinking wine again. She's laughing a little bit too loud. That's when I know she's opened the wine bottle up. let's add the 4th one in now, and then double and spin. And next time she goes to the liquor store, we'll have to have her just get 1 bottle of wine instead of like 6. Okay, that's a win, and we're up 315. But she enjoys it, so we'll let her do that. And let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 00. And I hear her again up there. Let's add one more and spin. And at least she's having a good time up there. That's a 00. We lost again. And let's add one more. And then we're going to double. Remember, when we get to 4, we double. And spin. And here we go. That's a 4 black. And that's a loss, so we will add the 5th one in at 10. And remember, we do that because the rest are already at 10. Then we double, and then that puts 20 on each now. And again, you have a much better chance of hitting now, because all of a sudden we have 20 numbers, and that's a 24 black. There's our win right there. Just like that, we're up $330. We'll start bottom left again. Oops, not right there though. We got to get the corners on there. And spin. And here we go. That's a 14 red. Okay, and that's a loss. Let's rebet and spin. And I think I'm going to move my next Vegas date a little bit. I'm actually going to be going to the Hard Rock Casino in Tulsa here in about 3 weeks as well. I just added that in. So we will now add the 4th one in and double. And that's actually in Catoosa. It's a suburb of Tulsa, but a really nice casino. And there's a golf course I play right next to it called the Patriot that is unbelievable if you ever get a chance to play golf there. We're up 355. And let's go ahead and spin. And if you've never been near the Patriot in Catoosa, Oklahoma, it doesn't look like normal Oklahoma. It's super high elevation, and you're actually looking down on the whole city of Tulsa from up there, and you can see the whole city from where you play golf. So that's pretty cool. Let's add one more here. And spin. And here we go. That's a 0, and that's a loss. Let's add one more in. Remember, when we get to 4, we double. So let's do that and spin. And don't forget about that incredible new system from Ira coming up, the Lincoln. It'll be here very shortly. And now we're going to add the 5th one in because we lost again. Remember, we add that in at 10 and then double, which puts $20 on each of those 5 corners. And let's get a win now. We should have a better chance of hitting now that we have 5. And we did. So now we're up 370. Let's start top right this time and spin. We only have 1 minute left with moving corners from Kentucky White. Fantastic roulette system. And then we'll get to the new one of the day. And that's a nice $35 win. Boy, it's fun when you hit them on 2 corners. And that's why Kentucky White starts with 2. I've had a bunch of you guys say, why didn't he start with 3? And that's why right there. Because if you do hit on 2, it really pays. Okay. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. And it doesn't really set you back that much if you lose. Even though you lose a lot on the 2 corners, it's only $10, and that's not that much in relation to what you're going to win. So let's add a third one in now. And then spin. There we go. And this will actually be our last spin. We're right at the 15-minute mark. And that's a loss, so that'll set us back just a little bit. So we ended up $380 in profit after 15 minutes with moving corners from Kentuck White. Thank you, Kentuck White, as always, for sharing your systems. And this is a great one that I use a lot to test against the new systems, as well as your new 9th Street, which is unbelievable. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. Both awesome systems that increase your chances of winning the more that you lose, and that's what you want. So now it is time for the new roulette system of the day from Ira. This is called the Lincoln. I can't wait to share with you. He said he's been he didn't know if he was going to share this with everybody, but now he's decided to, and now you guys can benefit from what he's been doing in the casino. All right, let's jump right into it and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the incredible new roulette system called the Lincoln from one of my subscribers, Ira. And he said that he wasn't sure if he was going to share this with everybody, but he finally decided to. And now you guys can benefit from how he's been winning in the casino. This is going to be awesome. And let's go ahead and get started and place the bets. We're going to have a $5 bet on the 1316 Double Street, a $5 bet on 1922 Double Street. And then we're going to put a bunch of dollar bets in here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of those right there. And then we're going to have 3 down below here. 1, 2, and 3. So 7 and then 3. And then now we're going to have 5. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there we go. That's a $25 total bet. And I can't wait to share with you the progression and everything you're going to need to know for this one. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's spin. Timer set, and here we go. That's an 18 red. Okay, and that's a nice $23 win to start. So fantastic. We just rebet and spin. We are going to be keeping track of session profit with this one, so keep that in mind. And here we go. That's a 7 red. Okay, and if we lose completely, we go up a unit. So let's do that. So all those dollars are going to go to $2. All the $5 bets are going to go to 10. So let's do that and then spin. Now we're at a $50 total bet. And here we go. That's a 19 red. Okay, that's a $46 win. So we're up 44, and now we go back to 25. Okay, and then go ahead and spin. We're also going to have some partial losses as well. And I'll talk about that as we go through. That's a 32 red. Okay, that is a full loss, so we go up a unit. So all the 1s go to 2, the 5s go to 10, and let's spin. All right, here we go. That's a 23 red. Wow, that's a $118 jackpot win there. Now we're up $137 in just over a minute. That's unbelievable. Now let's go back to the $25 bet where we started and spin. What a great start for the Lincoln from Iron. Wow. Here we go. That's a 29 black. Okay, and that's a partial loss. We do not increase the bet on partial losses yet. I'll share with you when we do coming up. Okay, that's a 6 black. Okay, remember we had a partial loss. If you have a full loss, you instantly go up a full unit, though. So we're going to do that. And then spin. Now we went from 25 to 50. The 1s went to 2. The 5s went to 10. And that's a 16 red. And that's a $46 win. We're up $142. Let's go back to 25 where we started. And spin. And we're back to base level. Here we go. That's a 33 black. That is a loss, so we'll go up a unit. 1s go to 2, 5s go to 10. Now we have a $50 bet out there. And here we go. What a great start with the Lincoln here from Ira. That's a 19 red. That's another $46 win. Now we're up $163. That's awesome. So we go back to 25. And that's why we're keeping track of session profit. If you're even close to it, you want to reset. But there's a lot more to this, and we'll get to it as we go through. So stay tuned. That's a $2 win, and that's all right. It's a win. So let's go ahead and spin. There we go. Any win is a good win. There's some wins that are better, but any win is awesome. And that's a $16 loss. Remember, we do not increase with one partial loss. I'll let you know when we do. That's a 7 red. That's a total loss, so now we increase. So we go from 25 to 50, which is taking the dollar bets to 2 and the $5 bets to 10. We're not doubling, we're going up a unit. And that's a 4 black. Okay, so we're gonna have, that's a full loss, so we're gonna have to go up a unit on everything. So let's do that, just like this. So now we're gonna go from 2 to 3, up a unit on all the singles, just like that. And then we're gonna switch to $5 units and add 1 to each of those. And now we're in a $75 total bet, and let's spin. That's a 10 black. And that's a $48 loss, but not a full loss, so we do not increase.
No more bets.
Okay, and we keep track of that though. And let's see what we get next. A double zero, ouch. Okay, and I'll cover when we increase on partial losses coming up, but that's a full loss, so we're gonna have to go up another unit. So let's do that. And then we're gonna add a unit to all these ones. Just like that. There's some incredible jackpot numbers here, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. And now we're at $100 total bet. And here we go. This is a $2,000 bankroll system. And that's an 8 black. That's a $64 loss. But we do not increase with the partial loss. So we just spin again. All right, here we go. Don't hit the 0. Oh, man, it wanted to. And that's a full loss. So now we do increase by a unit again. Let's do that. And the reason we're just going up a unit is because we have these jackpot numbers that are going to eventually pay off. That's why we have the bankroll that we have, is to be patient. And let's add those 5s in now. Okay, and then let's spin. Now we're at 125 total bet. You notice that since we do go up a unit each time, the total bet always goes up $25. And that's a 25 red, and that's a partial loss. We do not increase. But I'll let you know how many partial losses it takes to increase as we go through here. And then we need to check our balance again here. That's a 12 red. Okay, that's a $35 loss. If you have 2 partial losses, you go up a unit. So let's do that. It's time. Now you know what to do with partial losses. And now we're going to be patient and use our bankroll to our advantage and wait for one of these good numbers to hit. Okay, that's why we have the bankroll, and here we go. You can see temporarily, now we're down a little bit. So that's why we have that $2,000 bankroll. We're at 150 now, and you're probably noticing each time we go up a unit, it goes up another $25 because we're just going up a unit on everything. And we lost, that's a total loss. So let's go up another unit. Let's do that. Here we go. And as we get these bets big, boy, these jackpot numbers are really going to pay. They're really, really going to pay. So let's add the 5s in now. And then spin. And one way you know for sure, again, if you did it right, it goes up another 25 bucks. And that's a 36 red. That's definitely another full loss. So we're going to add those back in again. We'll check our balance here in a second before we do the next spin. Okay, we'll add 5 to each. There we go. Now let's add the singles in, and boy, when we hit one of these guys, it's going to be huge. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I can tell you that. And we have the bankroll to be patient for that. Now we're up 200. We still have plenty of bankroll left. Let's just get a good hit on the second 12 here. And we didn't do it. That's a 29 black. But that's a partial loss. We do not go up.
No more bets.
If we get 2 of those, we go up. That's a 4 black, and man, we haven't had a good hit in a long time. In fact, I don't even see the last time a second 12 hit. So now we're going to go up again, and that's the worst thing that could happen is just going on a massive, massive streak with no second 12 hits. And here we go. Let's add the 5s in now. And we know it's right because we're at 225 total bet now. And let's get some wins. We got to be ready for some hits here eventually. And that's a partial loss. We don't increase. And now we've lost half of our bankroll. But we've got to see one of these numbers here pretty soon. We've just, I mean, who knows how long it's been since we've had a second 12 hit. It's been forever. And we lost again. So let's go up another unit. And I think we've, I mean, I don't know how long it's been since we've had a second 12 hit. It's probably been 15 or 18 numbers, something like that. Maybe more. Probably more, actually. And here we go. Now we're at 250 total bet, and let's spin. We just can't hit anything in the second 12. Ouch. Now we only have $400 left in the bankroll. I can tell you this is not how this system usually goes. But, you know, if you're playing any system that's primarily focused on a dozen, I can tell you right now, if we were playing Fibonacci and we were betting on the second 12, we'd be in real trouble as well. Let's turn this around. Let's see a second 12 hit. This has been brutal. Oh my goodness. We can't get one, guys. That's 275. And I tell you what, let's see if let's keep going, even though we're going to go over the $2,000 bankroll. Because the reason I say that is because maybe this system needs a little more bankroll just in case something like this happens and you go like 20 or more spins without a dozen hitting. So let's find out how much the bankroll needs to be. And I want to know how much is this going to win when you finally hit a jackpot. I mean, that's going to be really important. So let's keep playing. That's a 19 red. That's a $276 win. It's not really a jackpot win, but we're going to stay right where we're at and spin again. And let's hopefully eventually hit one of these really good ones. That's a 9 red. That's a partial loss, so we don't increase.
No more bet.
So we'll stay at 300 here and spin. And I really want to see what this is going to pay when it finally hits something good. And that's a 10 black. Another partial loss, so we increase because 2 partial losses. So let's do that. And maybe this system just needs more bankroll, but I tell you what, you usually don't go 20 or more spins without a 12 to hitting, but it can happen for sure. So I'm glad that you at least got to see that. That's why we test these things out, so you guys can see you know, what happens when you get really bad spins on any system. And there we go. That's a 20 black. That's a $1,001 win. We're still down, but that's okay. Let's keep going here. We're going to stay at 325. That was a huge hit, and we just went forever without getting a win. Maybe we'll get some wins now. Okay, that's a $299 win. We're at minus 683. We're going to stay at 325 total bet and spend. There we go. It took forever, but we finally started getting some wins. That's a $299 win. Let's rebet and spend. I would love to hit another one of those jackpot numbers as well. But that's a loss there. Let's see what happens. That's a total loss. So we're going to go. We're going to go up 1 on everything. And remember, the reason we're going to keep playing is so you guys can see what's the most that you would need in your bankroll to play with this system. If you did have a catastrophe like this while you're playing, how much would you need? And we're going to find that out. And we're going to see if this comes back if you do have a larger bankroll. So we're at 350 total bet now. Let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 0. That's not doing us much good there with that 0. So let's see where that puts us. We're at minus 1,059. Let's go up again because that's a total loss. And I want to see if this comes back with a larger bankroll. I know that it can be really good short term because you guys saw what this did at the beginning, and obviously most people would have cashed out when we were up a lot. That's why we test systems for 15 minutes so that you can see the good and the bad with each system. And that's a 5 red there, and that's a loss. So now we're at minus 1434, and let's add 1 more to each after another total loss there. And there's a lot of good numbers here that we could hit that would pay really well. So let's see if that happens. We're at $400 total bet now. And let's go ahead and spin. That's a 23 red. That's a good one. That's a $944 win. Now we're at minus 490. We're still not in session profit. So we stay where we're at and then spin. And that's a 10 black. Okay, that's a partial loss, so we don't increase.
No more bets.
Let's go ahead and spin again here. That's a 16 red. That's a $368 win. We're at minus 378 now.
No more bets.
And here we go again. That's a 32 red. Total loss. So we go up again. Let's go ahead and do that. And when this is over, I don't know if we're going to end up or down. We're going to find out. But when this is over, I want you guys to share with me what you think would make this system better so that it doesn't risk losing this much when things go bad. And that's what this is all about. Either whether it's coming up with new systems or it's modifying other systems to make them better. This community is so good at that. And I hope you guys come up with something great. But at the same time, I hope this actually ends up winning money with a higher bankroll. So let's find out if it does and spin. And here we go. We're 14 minutes in right now. That's a 3 red. That's another loss. So let's go up again. And we're going to find out how much bankroll is really needed if things go haywire. Now, I do believe that Ira's been doing really well with this because most of the time, you're not going to get, 20 or more losses in a row with 1 dozen, but it does happen. So let's go ahead and spin. And when it does happen, you have to be prepared. That's why we're going to see today. I'm glad you're getting to see, a bad session with it so that you can see how much will this actually take. We're at minus 1262. How much will this actually take to, let's go up again. And how much will you need in bankroll if things go really south? Okay, let's find out. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 19 red. That's a good one. Nice $437 win. We're at minus 825.
No more bets.
Let's rebet and spin. We're going to go past the 15-minute mark here and see if this gets worse or better. And that's a 23 red. That's a $1,121 win. Now we're up $296 at just over 15 minutes. So it did come back. We needed more than $2,000 bankroll, though. We probably needed $2,500. So let me know down in the comments what you think about that. And that would be unbelievable. I would really appreciate that. And if you want to send a system in like Ira did, send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And another thing to think about, too, is you always want to start with as small of starting bet as possible and have as big a bankroll as possible if you want to increase your chances of winning. And so think about that as well when you're coming up with this, with the what you think might make this system better. But whatever it is, please share it. That's what this is all about. And share systems you've been working on that you're doing well with in the casino. And everyone in the community would love to see what you've got going on. I mean, every single day of the week we test new systems from subscribers to see which ones are the best in the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. And if you're enjoying that search, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you like Baccarat as well, check out my new channel, The Baccarat Master. But only if you like Baccarat. If you just like roulette, stay here and do roulette. But it's the same format as this. People, the subscribers are sending in systems to be tested and to find out which ones are the best. And so just started that channel up. So again, if you do like Baccarat, check it out. And if not, just keep enjoying the roulette and the search for the best roulette system possible. And this is just such a wonderful community. I'm so thankful to all you guys that are just sharing all your knowledge all the time and sending these systems in. It's just incredible. So thank you. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.